Welcome to another video in the data migration playlist. Now we understand how we can use the data migration cockpit to create different master data objects and transaction data. But what if we want to change existing data in the system? In this case, unfortunately, we cannot use the data migration cockpit, and we will have to use the tool that has been available since SAP ECC, which is the Legacy System Migration Workbench, LSMW. The transaction code for this tool in SAP is LSMW. This is why it is also known for this name. Initially, I plan to create one end-to-end video demonstrating the whole process of LSMW, starting by how to create a batch input recording, edit the program, map the different fields, create the Excel template, including all the tips and tricks I learned over the years. But then after editing the video, it turned out to be 1 hour, which is too long and will not be appreciated by you or by the algorithm of YouTube. So I decided to split the video into different smaller videos of around 15 to 20 minutes each. So this way it's easier for you to follow, and also it will have good statistics on YouTube. I know that you can find other videos demonstrating how to use LSMW in 10 minutes or less, but I didn't want to do something that is short and quick. I actually wanted to do a full comprehensive video, including all the lessons I learned over the years and also all the different issues you can face and how to handle them. So the total duration of these videos is 1 hour. So this video will be part 1, and I'm going to jump directly into the system and explain how LSMW works through the demonstration. So today I will start from scratch, starting by opening LSMW and then explaining the main menu of the transaction and how to create a batch input recording. And then we'll continue the rest in the following parts. For this demo, I have decided to start with a simple master data object, which is the cost center master data. So the demo is based on changing the cost center master data. The reason I've selected it is because it's easy and it can show the different concepts, and also because it has tabs in the master data so we can see how tabs work. So I hope you appreciate this example. The same thing can apply to all the different master data objects and also to the transaction data, but I will be looking forward to your comments. Tell me what other objects or master data or transaction data that you want me to demonstrate, and I will create other demos that are shorter. So the first one is long for 1 hour because it includes all the different concepts. But once we are done with the first one, it will be much faster and easier to demonstrate other objects. So let me know in the comments what you want me to demonstrate. Before we start with the demo, I want to thank you for supporting the channel so far. Today we are at 70,000 subscribers. This is a huge milestone. I know that I started doing videos in 2018, so this is around 6 years ago, and there are many other channels that grow much faster than this, but for a technical channel related to SAP, I am very happy with this number, 70,000 subscribers, so thanks a lot for supporting the channel. We also have 1,000 paying members today, so this is also supporting the content you see on the channel. I want to thank all of them, and I'm doing my best to provide other services based on your requests. So today I'm also providing career coaching sessions. I started around 3 months ago, and up to today I have done around 40 career coaching sessions. So I'm really happy that you like this kind of service. I also started providing my own SAP server access around 2 months ago, and today we have different members on the system. So any video that you see starting June is actually done on my own SAP server that you can subscribe to if you would like to join me on this server, so you can see the configuration I do and run the demonstrations I do in the videos exactly as you see them in the videos. You can also use this system to run demonstrations for your customers and so on. And I also have a Slack channel or different Slack channels around this whole community. So there are Slack channels for the members, Slack channels for the system subscribers, and so on. So I am doing my best to respond to all your requests and also to generate more income from this, so I can actually free my time completely to support the community in the future. In order to gather all of these services in one place, I have created my own website. It's still in a very initial phase, so don't judge it yet, be kind. The website is galalconsulting.com. I will leave you the link here. If you go to the website, you will be able to see the different services I provide today. So the career coaching sessions and the SAP server access. I will also be adding links to the different courses I have on Udemy and on YouTube. And hopefully I will be adding other services in the future to respond to your requests. One last update is that my new book, Account Determination SAP S/4HANA with SAP Press, has been a bestseller for the last month. I'm very happy with this. Thanks a lot for all of your support. It really means a lot to me. This has been a huge project. It has taken a lot of work. So I'm really proud that it is a bestseller, and I'm really looking forward to your feedback. So if anyone has bought this book, let me know. I would be very happy to know your feedback, what you think of the book, in order to also improve the way I explain things in the future if you have any comments. So it is a big day today. We have a lot of milestones, and to thank all of you, I'm going to release all the videos related to LSMW together today. So I'm not going to split them into different weeks. All of the videos, so all of the parts for LSMW will be released in the same day to everyone, so you can go ahead and watch the whole thing and let me know what you think. Now let's start with the demo. We start by going to the transaction code, LSMW. Then whenever we are doing data migration, we always have a structure for our data migration project. This is very flexible. So as you see, we have something called the project, subproject, and object. You can define these any way you want. If you want to see all the different projects that are already defined, so for example, if you are working with a team and you want to see the other projects that are created, you can click here on all objects. And this will show the different projects defined. So here we have FI AR, FI posting, and MD FI CO, and then object FB70, FB01CC, and who created it. And then we also have a description. If you want to see all the different sub-projects that are created in your project, then you can click on all project objects. So to see all the projects, you have to click on all objects. This will show you all the projects from the highest level. If you already know which project you want to use, so for example MD, and I want to see all the different sub-projects and objects defined there, then I can click on all project objects, and this will open the hierarchy that I'm in, so MD, and will show everything that's existing under MD. So now as you see, for example, I am structuring my project as master data objects, then the different modules, so FICO, SD, MM, and so on. And then I have the different master data objects. So here we have cost center. Normally I would have also another node here called transaction data. And under transaction data, we also have FICO, MMSD, and so on. So you can structure this any way you want. Now I'm going to create a new project from scratch to show you how to do this. So let's go back. And I will create a project called MD_1. Now to create the project, I will click here on this paper. So now we have MD_1. So I will say master data demo. And then sub-project, I can create a sub-project I want. So let's say demo_1. Or I'm going to use the same in all the different videos. So let's say YouTube_demo. And then we have the object. So now I'm going to work on cost centers. I'm not obliged, or it's not mandatory to use any of these namings. As I said, this is completely free. So now I will say cost center, so CC, and then here cost center change. So this will be CC_1. So now I have created the structure, done. So whenever I click here now on all objects, we can see that we have another project created, MD_1. And if I go here to all project objects, I can see my hierarchy, and I can add other levels from here. So for example, here I have change cost center. If I want to create another node that's called create cost center, I can click here. And then the object, I can call it CC_2 and create cost center. So this is how we can have different projects, sub-projects, and objects under the same project. And inside each object, we are going to define the upload program. So now I'm going to work with change cost center MD. So click here. And now we have this window. Or if you start normally from the original screen, so once you open LSMW, you choose the project, sub-project, and object from here, and you just press enter, and this will take you to the same screen. Now, just a quick introduction. These are all the different steps we need to do in order to finalize our upload. So from creating the program, creating the upload template, and then uploading the files, converting the data, and then doing the actual data upload. There are multiple options available on this screen. So the first one, which is important, is this, double click equal change. So once you go into the screen, normally it will be double click equal display, which means once you open any of these, it will open in display mode. And then you have to click on this icon to change, which will take a little more time. The other option you have is you just click here to double click equal change. And this means that whenever you open any of these screens, SAP will automatically start in the change mode. So you don't have to click on change every time. The second thing is numbering on. So this is just to give you these numbers next to each step. If you click on numbering off, the numbers are gone. So this is not really something that adds any function, but it is useful to be able to track where you are. So now I will click on it, numbering on. And then we also have user menu. So if you click here, you will see we have a lot of steps. Not all of these steps are displayed here because I'm not going to use all the features available in LSMW. So here I'm only selecting the screens that I actually want to use. So this will also keep it clear and make me able to easily track where I am and what are the steps remaining. So any step that you don't want to do, you can uncheck here and it will disappear from the menu. And once we execute any step, here we are going to have the history. So who did the step and when. Now we understand this menu, and let's get into a quick introduction about LSMW. So it can be used to upload or change different master data objects and transaction data, and there are different approaches available. The first one is batch input recording, the second is direct inputs, and the third is IDocs. All the functional consultants, so if you are a FICO consultant, SDMM, someone who doesn't write code, you are going to use the batch input recording. What it means is I'm going to actually perform one transaction. So I will go and change one cost center. And while doing this, SAP is going to capture all the steps I'm doing and all the fields that I'm changing and will automatically create a program for me without the need to write any code. So I don't know how to write ABAP code and I don't need to do it. SAP will automatically write the program for me. And then from there, we are going to create the upload template and then upload the files. I will also show you some tips and tricks to be able to change the program as you want to match your business needs. So let's start with the first step, define object attributes. So we're going to go through each step one by one. So the first one, define object attributes. Here, as you see, we have the object cc_1, and then we have the owner. And here we are going to use a standard batch input, batch or direct input. As you see, we also have business object method, BABI, and we have IDocs. Now I'm going to use either the standard batch or direct input, or we use the batch input recording. The difference is this one, standard batch, there are some programs already created by SAP, so we don't need to go and do our recordings. So if the object you would like to change or create is already available, you can use the standard recording that's already there. So if I go with the standard batch or direct input and then we open the menu here, you see we have GL account master data, material master, material BOM, LIFO layer. So these are all standard programs, standard recordings already done by SAP. So you can choose anyone you want. And then here the method. We have, for example, this one. So this is the program that's already created. You can display it by clicking here. This will display the program. From my experience, whenever I use a standard recording, it has too many details. So these are standard programs that are created by SAP to be used to create an object or change it, and it has all the details needed. While in my case, I want something simple. So normally if I want to create a master data object or I want to change an object that's existing, I have certain fields that I need, and all the other fields I don't want to have in my template and in my program to keep things simple. So normally I always go with batch input recording and I record my own transaction, which is easier and will help me create the template faster and also proceed with the upload template. So now I'm going to create my own recording in this video, but as I explained, if you would like to explore the standard recordings that are already created, then you choose this one. In this case, you don't have to record anything, but you will proceed with the other steps that are in the menu outside. You will proceed with the other steps as if we have our own recording. So now I'm going to do the recording, and then any step we do after this is common between both of these. Then we have the business object method, IDocs. These I'm not going to demonstrate or use. So now I'm going to choose batch input recording. And here, if I try to open here, we don't have any values yet. Why? Because we did not do any recordings yet. So click here on the overview. And here we don't have any recordings. Click on create. And the transaction I would like to record is KS02, change cost center master data. The recording, I can give it any name I want. Normally, we call it with the same name of the transaction, just to keep things simple. So the recording is KS02. Description is change cost center master data. And the owner is my username. Click on OK. Transaction code. Here we insert the transaction code that SAP is going to open and start recording whatever I'm doing. So the transaction code is KS02 again. And this is transaction KS02, as if I opened it from any other SAP screen. So now I'm going to do the changes that I want to do. So I'm showing SAP an example of the changes that I would like to do. So normally if you have, for example, 1000 records, you will take the first record and do it manually like this. So SAP records the steps, and then remember to remove this record from your upload template because you already did it. So whatever you do in this screen will actually be saved. It's not just a simulation, it will be saved. So if you are going to create 1000 cost centers and then you use one cost center to record the steps, then be sure to remove this cost center from your upload template. So the controlling area is G000 and then cost center 1000, enter. And feel free to use the transaction as you do normally. So if I want to click in different places, I can. If I want to open F4 windows, F4 menus, I can. So just feel free, don't worry about SAP recording, just do whatever you do normally. So here I have the name, I have the description, user responsible. So in my example, I'm going to update all the departments to have something like DEPT _1, for example. It's a free text. And then I also want to change the cost center category. So this I will make it F. The hierarchy I'm going to keep as is. Business area, function area, I'm not going to change. Profit center, I'm not going to change anything here. Also, to give you an example on how to use different tabs, let's go to the control tab. And for example, here I would like to click on record quantity and I want to unblock the primary secondary costs and I want to block the planned primary cost. Just an example. Once I'm done, I'm going to click on save and we come into this screen that shows all the different fields that SAP has captured. So here we have the controlling area that we inserted, we have the cost center, then we have here another screen. So this is the name of each screen that we displayed. Now, most of the people, they just come here and there is a simple step that we do where we map these fields into another name that we are going to use in our template, but they don't really understand what this is. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you a little bit of extra explanation. So if you face any issues in your recording, you understand what you are actually doing. So now where does this come from? If I open here another screen, /O KS02. So here on the right side, we have the transaction that I just recorded, KS02. And if I go here to System Status, we can see here the screen that we are in. So you can see transaction KS02, program screen is LKMA1, and program GUI is LKMA1. And this is what we have here. So we have LKMA1 and we have the screen number 200. So this is what we have, 0200 here. And then we have here SAP LKMA1 0299. So this is the other screen that we have once we press enter. So if I go here, press enter, and then go again to System Status. So this is the screen that we are in, 299. So for every screen that we open, SAP is showing the different fields that were available. If we change the tab here, if we change the tab, it's still the same screen, but we are in a different tab. That's why here we have it in with the same screen name, but it is in a different a different node in the menu. So these are the different screens that we displayed, and inside each screen, these are the fields. So now we understand the screen numbers and the screen names. What about the field names? To find any of these names, you can go to the transaction, right click, click on help, or you can press on F1, and this will show the field help. Then go to the technical details, and here we have the Dynpro field. So this is the field name that we have in our recording. Now, as you see on the left side, what we have here is all the different fields that we recorded, and there are some fields that are missing. So for example, if you look here into the commitment update, this field is not available in our recording. Why? Because we did not update it during our recording, so SAP did not capture it. What if I want to include this field in my recording now? I have two options. Either I can repeat the recording and then click on the different fields I need again, so this way SAP will capture it, or I can add the field manually, and this is what we actually do. So instead of wasting time doing another recording, if you know how to add the field manually, you would do it. So to add the field manually, I will show you how to do it, but before we do this, I want to show all the field descriptions here so I can understand what are the fields we are missing. To do this, I'm going to click on Default All. If I click on Default All, SAP is going to map the fields into target fields and also will capture all the field descriptions. I will explain this in a minute. So just click on default all. And here, as you see, we have all the different field descriptions. So let me make this bigger. So these are all the different field descriptions. So now I understand what fields I have in my recording. And I would like to add the commitment update. To do this, I will go here in my recording and then click on add screen field. And this SAP will show some of the fields that I can add. But as you see, it doesn't have the commitment update. So most of the time, the field you want will not actually be in this list. So how are we going to add it? To do this, you close this window and then go to Edit, Add Dynpro Field Extended. So click here and then click on Screen Field and you insert the field name manually. And then in the transaction, I will click on the field I want, then right click, Help, then go to the technical details. And here we have the Dynpro field, so I will copy it and paste the value on our recording. So now we have a new field added here to this screen. I can click on it and then press on default. And SAP has captured the description of the field. So we have lock indicator for commitment update. Now I have added this field into my recording. So now we understand the screen names, screen numbers, and the field names. What we need to understand also is in this screen, SAP has created a target field for each of the fields that we have in our recording when we clicked on default all. So this field, for example, the Dynpro field that SAP captured is KOKRS. And then SAP, when I clicked on default all, it has created this one for me. So this is a target field. How the batch input recording works is, first we do the recording, and then based on this, we create a target structure. And the target structure is what SAP is going to fill with the data to do the upload. So after this, we also create a source structure, which is our Excel sheet. So the source is where we put the details. The target is what SAP is going to fill. So now we have the target, which is all the screen fields that we recorded, and SAP has mapped them into target fields. So these are the target fields that SAP is going to fill. In the next steps, we are going to create our source fields. So the source field, which will match our Excel upload template, should be mapped to the target fields. So for example, I will tell SAP that for this field, KOKRS, I have another field in my source template that I will also call KOKRS, and SAP should take the value from there and put it in the target. So this is how SAP will move the data from this one to this one. So the first step now, once we did the recording and then we clicked on default all, SAP has automatically created different fields in the target structure for us. And I can change this if I want. So this is something important to know. Normally we don't change them, but you have to know what you can do. So once you click on default all, SAP automatically captures the field name as the target field in the target structure, as the field name in the target structure. What if I want to change it? I can double click here and I can change it any way I want. I can also change the description. So you see here controlling area, I can see controlling area, and then I will put here fix. So this way I will remember that I need to make it a constant value or something. Just feel free to play around with the screen so you understand the different options available. So now if I do this, here you see the description has been updated. So this is the target, this is the field in the target structure, and this is the description of the field in the target structure. SAP created them automatically for me, but I can change them if I want. The important thing is for each field in our recording, we have a target field in the target structure. And remember that if there is a field that you don't want to upload at all, or you don't want to include in your update template, then in this case, you can remove the mapping from here. So for example, I'm not going to be changing the indicator for recording consumption quantity for any of my cost centers. I just did it in the recording by mistake or to show you the example, but I don't want it to be included in my upload template. In this case, I'm going to remove the mapping from here. So click on the field and then click on reset. Now this field will not be mapped to any field in my target structure, which means that in my upload process, this field will not be there at all. It is in the recording, yes, but it will not be mapped in my source structure or my target structure, so it doesn't exist. So this way, this field will not be included in my program. Now I'm going to save. And once I do so, SAP creates the target structure with the different fields and the different field descriptions that we have here. The second step is that we go back So now here we have the recording KS02 created. So go back and we choose the recording here. So now if I open here, we have KS02. If you would like to create another recording or to display the recordings available, you can go again to the overview. So now this is the first step. We have our batch input recording. We have defined it, so save. And let's go back. This is it for part 1 of the LSMW demo. Now you understand how you can record any transaction and then edit the recording to add any fields that are missing or remove any fields that you don't want. In the next video, we'll continue the rest of the steps in the LSMW process. I hope you find the video interesting so far. Don't forget to check the rest of the playlist for the other parts of this demo. Also, as usual, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave me your comments, share the video with your connections, check the channel membership program to get access to member videos and documents, and also check the subscription of our SAP server access if you would like to join me in this SAP server. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.